2022 goals. There it is.
And I feel like you can't mess up. Like you really can't mess up breakfast food.
Make it for everybody.
Yeah, right.
Just don't make it greasy.
I mean, we all know. The world knows I don't cook. But I can fuck up some breakfast.
Right. If you mess up some breakfast food, you cannot cook. Get out the kitchen.
Bitter's grits. Basic breakfast, bougie breakfast. Because bitter's grits. That's gonna pose all types of. Are they bitter? What's wrong with the grits? What's happening? I need more clarification on
Order
the
them to
grits.
find out.
It's a mystery. Let me see. What else? 2021. What else?
We launched the podcast in February.
We launched the podcast.
I'm not gonna
It's
read
about
the
to be
date.
a whole year.
A whole year.
Wait, when is your year anniversary?
February. Is that 22nd?
Oh wow! Oh my gosh!
22222.
Holy shit.
Hello.
Wow.
You gotta do something like
We into numerology.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes.
I love a good numbers. Yeah.
Yep. 222.
Actually, what's today? Today's
Today's
12, 21.
Write it down, Jenny.
I don't know what's
Like there was someone that asked us about manifesting. This is part of manifesting. Write it down.
Right.
Yes.
down.
Yeah. I would.
You don't just think about it. You have to write it down. You got to work towards it. The Lamborghini is not just going to show up in your driveway because you said so.
Right.
You got to work towards it.
Yes.
But you have to write it down first.
I'm an advocate for definitely having a vision board.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have
I'm
my.
like excited to do my new one. I'm gonna do it. I've been doing digital ones, but I want to go back and do like a regular mood board again.
Yeah, I have like a whiteboard in my dining room, so I see it every day. And I like just check off certain things. So one of my things on my vision board was to get a dog this year, which that's gonna be happening soon. Was to become either a real estate agent or a home lending advisor, which I am a home lending advisor.
Check, honey.
So if you need a house, a mortgage, let me help you with your goals. So, yeah, just putting those in. And then certain things that I haven't accomplished, putting on the board so I could try to accomplish the first quarter of 2022. Right. So, and just seeing it every day just reminds you of what you need to do.
Forget. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I've been getting better at that. I used to just either have it in my phone or whatever. Now I'm like, I write it down. I see it in multiple places so that I don't forget it. It's just I'm breathing what I want pretty much.
I'm gonna be taking a short sabbatical from my signings and stuff like that, so I can focus on getting my board together and getting 22. Yeah, I definitely need a reset this month because I have not been really feeling it. But that always happens around this time of year. I just kind of.
Well, things slow down, so it's a good time to get it.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's a good time to reset.
But yeah, no, January comes around, hitting the ground running.
Get ready, because yesterday's price is not today's price.
It definitely is not. My fees are going up for 2022.
As it should.
Yep.
I made my vision board on Canva. I have it on my phone, on my watch. I printed it. I have it in the gym. It's on the fridge.
I'm about to start playing. Finally, I'm about to start playing around with Canva. Like,
oh, I love Canva.
So
just
when you go
did your board
all
day.
But what is Canva? I've never heard of it.
It's a creative person.
yeah,
So there's a free version.
Okay.
But then there's a professional version. You can still get really good content off.
You can join my team. You can just use mine.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you're paying for it? Yeah, I'm paying for mine already.
All right.
So you can do anything from Instagram posts to presentations. Now you can do video. You can do Facebook posts. You can do. There's something else I was thinking of. Letters, resumes, like anything.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can make on Canva.
Everything is on there.
And it's like thousands and thousands of
get
pictures and
Mel's
content.
sign-in information.
I will
Yes.
give an invitation.
Yes. Send it.
But there's like all the fonts you could think of, all the pictures, all the templates that have already been created.
That's awesome.
It's a
Copying
dream.
your information. So our lovely Christmas aesthetic post that Jos has put together so beautifully, they are all Canva created.
I like that.
I was talking to Mel about this. You can create a QR code in there, right?
I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah, I
because that's what I
created
need to
mine
do
on
for my new business card.
Yeah, I did my business cards on there. I'm getting ready to get some flyers together to put. I put everything on there. Somebody needed a flyer done, and I've done invitations for people, flyers for people, and I'm charging them for that too. Like, yes, come on, pay for my Canva subscription. What you need?
And it's not expensive.
It's really not.
really
I paid
not
for the
expensive.
year just to be done with it. But I'm like, I feel like it definitely has already paid for itself.
I think the QR code is awesome on a business card. Takes you
I
right
want it
there.
mostly for my to get to like 2 QR codes. So one that'll take you to my website and one to put on my Google so people can leave me reviews. On Google.
Oh, like a leave review QR code.
Yeah, leave a review. So I'll create 2 of those.
You have to give me some of your cards.
Yes,
We gotta partner up.
I'm meant to bring some with me. Oh no, I told Mel you and I need to have a meeting very soon because I'm gonna finally get the LLC done before the end of the year, and start getting that business credit going.
Yes, for
Some
sure.
money making moves coming.
And what are Mondays now?
Money making Mondays.
I wrote that out. I put it on the closet in my office. Like everything everywhere means something.
Yes.
Like there's a vision of something everywhere. You have to keep it in front of
Another
you.
thing I started on my personal page on Instagram, I started cleaning that up too, but specifically on my business pages, I stopped following things that don't make sense. So
Yes.
I stopped following celebrities
Yes.
because they're not me looking at you live this lavish lifestyle isn't doing anything for me. So if it's not feeding my brand or my brain, it's eliminated off of my social media, and I'm like the shade room, but the shade room's getting on my motherfucking nerves.
I still follow
live
the
on
shade. I
Twitter,
can't.
So by the time the shade room gets it out, I saw it on Twitter yesterday.
that
So
makes sense.
again, another thing I'm like, Twitter is really more where I BS, but also 60% of my sales came from Twitter because the Twitter people like me. I saw that on my analytics. I was like, all right, shout out to Twitter. Shout out to a bunch of people that don't know me but continue to support my business. But yeah, so I leave my bullshit on Twitter. Everything else on my social media needs to be feeding something that I'm doing. I just
Right.
like time is money, and I don't have no time to waste.
Nope.
Yeah, I did the
Find a
same
different
thing.
way, like,
I think it's time for me to do a cleanup of mine. I definitely
You're so
unfollowed a lot of
distracted.
You
celebrities.
just
I think-
you curate what you're allowing yourself to see.
I think
And I
sometimes it could be toxic too to see all of that stuff. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
I
can
have
you just go to court?
3
The Instagram people, there was a whole lawsuit and everything because of the type of content that's being pushed, and they took away that chronological order. And if you notice, your first post sometime, like the other day, my first post that I saw was a shade room post from 2 days ago. That's not what I want to see. I want to see it in chronological order like it used to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Ain't they coming? Ain't they?
Ain't
Aren't
they, girl?
Come on.
Ain't they?
I put my bamboo earrings
Right.
on.
See what happens?
Aren't they coming out with the chronological order again? Like
Yes.
it's not gonna be more
I heard that.
popular. It's
Because
gonna be
of
They need
the
to.
lawsuit and because they went to court and all that, and that's what came out
Wait,
of
who
it.
sued them? Like the public?
I forget because of. I think specifically it had to do with just younger people being on Instagram and how it was affecting their self-esteem, but they were pushing certain content to them, knowing that it was hurtful.
Gotcha.
If you have a teenage girl who may be struggling with some weight issues, and now you're pushing all these size 0 models to her page,
Yeah.
how is that going to make her feel at 15, 16, 17 years old?
Right.
So
Social
now I
media is
think,
dangerous.
right?
Shit.
So now since that, I can't remember what the end result was, but now they will be giving us the option to be chronological. Just do it in that order. That's how I want to see it. Nobody asked y'all to change it.
Like right now, I have like 3 different Instagram pages. One I don't use at all. Then
Delete
there's
it.
the business one.
I just did. I just delete one of my very old
There's the
ones.
personal, and then there's the business one. So it automatically defaults to the personal one. I'm about to make the business one my default one for when I open up the app.
Yeah.
Because that's really the only reason I need it. Other than seeing things on the shade room, I really don't look at anything because I'm like scrolling. I'm like, this is boring as fuck. Like there was like 2
BS
days.
after
I'm
BS.
But you
going
get
through, I'm
trapped.
like,
You
oh,
can
yeah.
easily get trapped for hours. And then an hour later you be like, wait, what was I just doing?
What was I supposed to be
Yeah,
doing?
why does my neck hurt?
Right. What was I supposed to be doing?
Now I'm gonna stay on the notary services page from here on out and just look at that stuff because I need to, hook up with people that are in the industry to get my business even further. So that'll definitely be for 2022.
I went on my shop page yesterday. I was like, I need some motivation for some new shirts or whatever, and I loved it because everything that I follow on there is either other business owners that have the same type of business that I have, and then I also follow like the high-end brands that I like because I would love to be a high-end brand one day.
Right.
So I see Gucci and Louis and all those things, but it's not because I'm shopping for them. It's because I'm trying to get motivation from them. So I'm just like, tunnel vision. Like my tunnel vision has been crazy lately. I don't have time for all the extra bullshit.
Too much.
It's too much.
You get distracted so easily.
So easily, especially me. Ask Jamie, squirrel, what? Like I get distracted, so I cannot.
Definitely like that.
Get distracted.
No, I know for me, working from home now, I literally have to write my tasks for the day and for the week.
Oh yeah.
And then cross things off as I go.
Task list all the time.
Because if
It's
not,
literally on my home screen.
I will forget. I can't even have it on my phone because I'll forget about it.
The first thing I say.
Or if the alarm comes up, you just kind of bypass it. I have to literally at my desk. Okay, for the week I need to do this, this, and this. For today I need to do this, this, and this, and just cross it out, and I get everything done. Everything done. And I notice working from home, I'm not on social media as much.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy.
And when I do, I'm on there for a purpose. I'm on there because I'm trying to post something, push content, whatever. But I feel like I use my page now, my personal page more so to marry everything else that I'm doing to make so that other people can see, like, all right, the podcast, the shop page, my notary stuff, whatever it is.
Right. Yeah, because when I am on social media, I'm reposting stuff. I'm posting stuff from y'all page. I'm posting stuff from you. I'm barely posting anything because I just see it, repost, you know. But when I was at work, unfortunately, at the job, I was on social media more, which was crazy. But working from home,
like at work, I had a lot of mindless scrolling at work.
Yeah.
As opposed to now just being like working for myself, and I'm like, I don't have time for that shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You manage your time. I manage my time very differently.
9 times out of 10 when I'm on social media is when I first wake up and I'm sitting on the toilet.
It's like your newspaper.
oh, Jamie on.
It's the newspaper.
What was she doing?
Right.
That's gonna stick with me now. If I be on at 10 o'clock and I see you on, like, what she doing?
What time you wake up on? Or
That's what I'm on. Or you know,
because you're gonna be doing the morning report soon.
yeah.
Wait, what's the morning report?
So my family's a bunch of pigs, and I'm gonna exploit them for it.
Yeah. So in 2021, she learned that she could make money off of her family, and in 2022, she will.
And we're gonna help her do it.
I don't know if you had seen in my story, there was this huge pile of paprika that was on the kitchen floor for maybe about 2 days. Nobody claimed it. Nobody said, "Oh, that was me. I spilled it."
And you left it there because you wanted
and I left it there.
Yeah,
how long
that's something I would do
to see who was going to clean it up. And I asked everybody. Nobody copped to it. So I recorded it, and I'm like, "This is the type of shit that I deal with here. Like this is what I deal with." And the girls on the Marco Polo that we're all on thought it was hilarious and thought it should be a thing for me. Like, like you can exploit your family and
Also, it's relatable.
show the type of shit that they do. Like I had taken pictures before of a mess that they had left on the kitchen counter. Like literally, the counter is here and the trash can is here, but somebody left a cheese wrapper on the counter instead of just literally not taking a step.
Just
turning.
Like, do a lifting.
Hell, not even lifting. Use the foot pedal.
Right.
It pops up. Throw it away.
Wow.
But, yeah, so now since y'all want to be puercos, I'm going to exploit it and we're going to make some money off of it in 2022. So we'll see where this goes.
That's interesting. I like that.
It's going to be called the morning report.
We just talked about how social media is a highlight reel and it's the best of the best. And I gravitate towards things that are relatable. So seeing that is gonna be like, yes, because my kids do the same thing. Or
Yes.
So I feel like that's gonna draw in an audience that's like somebody authentic.
Right.
Like this is real life.
It's too bad that Ellen is doing her last season this year because I would have loved to have been on Ellen. I'm just imagining myself.
Wendy's still around.
Yeah, like it getting popular and her asking me on her show. But yeah, I have a whole gimmick and everything. So what?
It'll be fun.
That's
It's gonna be fun.
exciting.
It's gonna be
Oh,
fun.
I can't wait to
I
watch
never would
that.
have thought myself as one of those type of people, but they thought it was funny, and I was like, "Well, why not?"
It's other people that see it like as something. It's your life, so you're like, whatever. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
interesting. But other people are like,
Everyday stuff, like child free by choice types of people. They don't see this craziness that goes on with all these kids in the house, but you're gonna see it now. You're gonna see how it goes down at the Great Family households. I'm gonna say my address
Our
again.
second episode, our second child free by choice episode is gonna be like, you see why we don't.
This is why we decided not to have children. This right here.
I hear that.
I can't believe that episode is over 1,000. First of all, thank y'all for watching and listening. But specifically watching, because those are only YouTube numbers. We have over 1,000 views on that Child Free by Choice episode.
Wait,
I definitely want to do it. We're definitely going to do a second one.
Yes.
And I want to ask people with children, did you plan, what was your process? Did you plan your children? Were they a surprise? Was it a mistake? What was it?
Yeah.
What happened? I want to know, what was the process? Because everybody was like, you can't plan this, you can't plan that. Well, I guess I'm never gonna have kids because I am a planner.
Yeah.
I can't be surprised. I don't like it.
I planned mine. My first one, at least. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, the second one.
No, the second one too.
Yeah, no, they were planned. They were not
We were
surprises.
having a conversation over this past weekend about having children and how women that are really pressured into having children if you don't have children by a certain age.
Yes.
Because that defines you as a woman.
Right.
Apparently.
God
Right.
God
We're
forbid.
literally just talking about that.
We broken. We are all broken.
Mom's talking about where did I go wrong?
Right.
I should have just sent them the link to that episode, and that's what I should have done.
With the price tag of how much it costs to raise a child from birth to 18 years old.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a
I got it all.
And a link to the
I had to zoom into
you
it.
got kids.
Right.
Here's the link to help me have
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stop letting not even social media, old school societal rules define you as a woman. So you're only a woman if you are married and have a child and are silent. It is 2021. Kiss my entire ass.
The whole thing.
Guess I did have a baby. This podcast is my baby. It's still in its infancy.
Yeah. I'm having a baby in 2022.
Right.
You'll hear about it.
Exactly.
I'm having a
Maybe
baby in the next week.
I'm gonna refer to all my businesses as my baby.
That's my baby.
Because
That's my first baby. That's my second
Yep.
baby. That's my favorite.
I get up early. I have long, late nights, sleepless nights. I be stressed. All sounds like mommy problems to me. Don't come for me, moms. Relax, because I can feel the anger. I can feel it.
Not today.
But I remember having conversations with people, and I've said this before, that can be honest with me and say, I love my kids, but you're doing it the right way. You're living your life. There's a lot of moms that I know that have told me to my face, you're doing the right thing by waiting.
Yeah.
Take your time. Live your life. Blah, blah, blah. And then it's not to take away from the fact that they don't love their kids or that they don't love being a mom or whatever, but they're like, it's not easy. Take your time. Enjoy your life.
And I don't expect a mom to tell me I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm sure you love your children. I'm not taking that away from you. I'm telling you what I go through and what I'm able to do because I don't have kids. You can tell me what you're able to do because you have kids, your experience because you have children. I share the opposite.
Exactly.
It doesn't, I feel like some
And I don't
moms
got
make
time.
me feel like I need to preface that, like, I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't expect you to. Like, of course.
Right, and
these
people
are
will
your
say
kids.
that, like, I love my kids, but I know you love your
Yes.
kids. You don't have to say, I love my kids. I know you do. But you also wish you would have waited.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
They say that first and they feel a little guilty.
Right, exactly. just if you preface it with, I love my kids. I know, but you probably, if you could do it
I love my job, but
I wanna speak to a parent that did not plan their kids. I feel like most of them would say, I would have waited a little bit longer. I would have done X, Y, and Z, or I wouldn't have had a baby with that fool, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever any regret. It's just
a shift.
yeah.
Maybe like a shift of how things.
And I'm pretty sure I've
in
said
a
this.
perfect world,
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've said it before, but I did not want children.
Right.
I didn't even like children.
I
think everyone knows that.
I like my kids,
I don't even know
but
what
don't bring
I love my
your motherfucking baby's kids over to my house. But
she said this after a sleepover.
well, as you can see, I'm here, not there. I've had moments and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? This is not how this was supposed to go.
You know, you probably be the best person to talk to. Like when I'm ready to have kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to talk to Jamie.
I'm gonna give you the nitty gritty, straight no chaser.
I'm gonna tell you this: have one, not two, because that second one.
That second one.
That's how it always is, right?
Always. I don't know if Jalisa was like that. If you were the good kid and
I was the good and
Jalisa was the bad one with me.
Look at this. This right here.
We did stupid shit together as a team.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah,
and Johnny was the voice of reason.
Mm-hmm. I didn't expect to have children, but Bernard wanted kids, and I knew that going in, and he knew I didn't going in, but it was just kind of one of those things. Was like, all right, let's just go for it, and that was more of a issue with my own childhood and my relationship with my mom. Like, that's where that came from. It was like, I'm not gonna be a good mom. Like, this is not gonna work.
You're such a good mom.
And thank you. That's like one of the best compliments that anybody can ever give me, because I do try very hard to make them happy.
Mom, you're cool.
I think because you thought that way, you wanted to break that curse, and you wanted to be
something that me and my therapist talk about on many
breaking
occasions.
those generational curses.
Yes, because
that's all we about.
They are not gonna deal with the types of stuff that I went through. I'm not gonna allow it. Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes you more of a better parent.
Yeah, because I catch myself a lot. I hear my mom come out of me sometimes. I'm like, whoop, really?
Hold on. Really? Be quiet. Hold on. Let me check myself.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I respect everybody's choices. I don't regret mine. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you could be child free versus having kids, go that child free. Go that
mother or
We did not pay her. We just gave her a margarita.
We did not.
This life ain't for everybody. You know what it reminds me of? That episode of Sex and the City where Charlotte hides in the pantry because the little girl Rose done hit her.
I actually remember that episode. Yes,
losing her mind and crying.
Didn't she end up leaving?
Goodness.
She ended up leaving.
No, she hid in the pantry, and the nanny came in and found her. They were trying to get in the closet, and she was standing there crying her eyes out. And then in the movie, she was sitting there having a drink with Miranda and talking about how hard it is to have kids. He's like, take a drink.
And she had a nanny. So
that's a nanny.
Says a lot. That says a lot.
And having
She was completely stressed the fuck out.
Yes.
This is giving me anxiety.
Yes. Let me just have another drink. I'm making it a little more. I hope you have a drink.
Lord, Bella. I'm just gonna get another dog. It's gonna be the mother of dogs, like the mother of dragons.
No, for sure.
Listen. You can't.
This ain't, and God forbid, like there's an emergency, one of them gets sick, a fever, and
it's all the, and
lose your mind.
It's all the unknowns, and I've learned in my 33 years that I have more control issues than I thought I had. And that you can't control what happens with kids.
No,
you
you
just
cannot.
can't. I like to plan my day out, and then
rushing out of work in the middle of the day because the daycare done called you and said she expect a fever of 101.
Oh, I got my first cheer. I need my socks.
Yeah.
Now there's a sock emergency.
And I gotta go to that.
I'm like, I will come from this side of the city and bring the baby to sock.
I'm still sitting here waiting for that day when I get the call from the school, Miss Gray. Layla got her period.
Oh,
right.
And I gotta, she'll have it.
Lita hasn't got it yet?
Not yet.
Z did. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh no.
Only by what, 2 weeks?
Oh yeah. They were born the same year. Okay. Yeah, I'm really surprised that she hasn't gotten it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, all
her
those
body's
things.
developing though. I'm stressed.
Wow.
Listen, that girl is tall and stacked at 10. I'm like,
Stacked.
I'm not ready for
It's like
this.
she got the best of both worlds.
Me and Bernard. She got the front from me and got the back from him.
Yep.
Thank you.
But it's true. She got the tatas, the hips, the booty.
Listen, she was jumping the other day and it started. I was like, wait, what are you doing?
No. Yeah, I'm like that with my niece too. I'm like, what you got under there? She was like, what you talking about?
And she came to me, she's like, Mommy, my training bras don't fit no more. I'm like, fuck my life. Why?
Because they're so innocent still. So, like, I'll go over there and she'll still be in, like, a t-shirt or whatever. And I'm like, I know she's a 10-year-old, a true 10-year-old innocence. But for me in this ugly world, I'm like...
No, so... right.
Everything. I know it's 90 degrees. Put this hoodie on.
With my niece, I see teenager already. There's certain things she talks about, Gucci, Louis, like all this stuff.
Oh, hunty.
No, not there yet.
She's in that weird stage where she's still talking about Roblox, but then she's talking about
transitioning.
Yeah. So it's just like
That's an interesting stage.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, thankfully.
Like, do you still want to hang out with me? She's like, yeah, cool. Right. She's like, yeah, I want to hang out with you.
Okay, so we're still good.
Right.
We're good.
Right.
But
I'm like, wow.
Parent, you'll always be cool.
But I'm like, wow, this like that weird transition. I guess I remember growing up too.
I remember feeling like I didn't want to give up my Barbies.
Right.
I remember that. I remember feeling like I didn't want to give up my Barbies, but I had held the saying like you're going into high school, and I'm like, I don't care. These are my friends.
Right.
These were my first friends. All of them. Head or no head. They're mine.
Clothes or no clothes.
Clothes or no clothes. Hair or no hair. These are my first friends.
Oh god.
So I definitely, I remember. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, thankfully Layla has not gotten there
She
yet.
just got the sass. She's 10
she's
and
definitely,
she got that 10-year-old sass.
the mouth
talk
is
back.
definitely starting.
She's quick.
I've had to check her on a couple of occasions.
And then we got a sprinkle of Janice on top of there.
Yeah, because she's growing up around her cousin for the past year and a half, or almost. Yeah, God, oh my God,
Which I feel like
2 years.
She needed that to toughen her up.
Yeah, and it definitely did because she's
not as sensitive as she used to be.
No,
Go to hell. Okay.
She done called her a bitch the other day. Like, wait a minute.
So proud.
What?
Oh yeah, auntie, because I thought they were gonna find her in the locker somewhere.
Oh, you such a bitch. I was like, Layla. I mean, it's true, but Layla.
Good job. Go to your room.
You just don't say it in front of your parents.
No, we're not. We don't really care about cussing as long as it's used in the right context.
Go for it. Go for it.
But don't.
If you use it wrong, I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah, like don't be like this fucking butter's melting wrong. Okay, wait.
Usually, calm down.
Wait.
Why did you fill the fucking ice trays? Hold up, roll it in. But Janice gives it to her, so she gives it back.
Yeah.
I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her.
But at the beginning, it was very much, oh, my feelings are hurt. But now she's like,
now she's like, go to hell. Tacky. Now she uses her own lingo against her.
Oh wow.
yeah. Interesting.
Good times.
For
All right,
sure.
we'll wrap this episode up, and I will say we can all go around the table and say what we learned.
In 2021?
What we learned in 2021 and what we're leaving in 2021.
Okay. Can we start on Jocelyn's side?
On Josh's side.
Because I need a little time.
I need some time too. Ooh. Okay.
We can bebop around. So what we learned in 2021?
What we learned in 2021 and what we are going to leave in 2021.
I don't know if I can say what I'm going to leave.
Girl, you better
Okay,
know.
wait.
You're right.
I know what I'm worthy. I mean, what I'm grateful for in 2021.
You just cut me off on them.
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead. And what's that taking you on?
What I'm leaving in 2021 is my dunking order.
What I learned in
You gotta go to a new spot.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. It backfired.
Plan? No. No, Jamie, you got it.
What I learned in 2021 is that I am worthy.
I like that.
I am worthy. I had some serious confidence issues and just worthiness, and like when I started the business, I'm like, who the hell do I think I am? Like, you are a 9-to-5er. You're supposed to be at this desk. This is what you do. You don't
That's what the
have
school system has trained you to.
right
for 12 plus years.
Right. You don't have the experience. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You're jumping into an industry you've never been in your life. What are you doing? And this was a year and a half after I had started the business that I finally started to feel like, no, you got this. I've proven it month after month after month. You got this. So yes, that would be what I learned in 2020 is that, or 2021 is that
absolutely.
I am worthy. I am worthy of all the success that is going to come my way.
That
And
has
so is
come
everyone
and
else.
continues.
Exactly.
Yes,
And will continue to
and that
come.
will continue to come. Yes, you're gonna have to come back to me on what I'm leaving in 2021 because I'm not quite sure yet.
So I'm gonna actually piggyback off of Jamie. Just like more so, it's really it's my story. It's my life. It's about me. Even though how selfish that may sound,
It doesn't. I don't think you're selfish at all.
Well, some people may think that, but at the end of the day, you take
leave them in
care.
2021.
Right.
That's what you need to
You take care of yourself.
Yes, you have to.
So with that being said, what I'm gonna leave is me being so controlling. And when I say controlling is making. I was such a person where this is how I wanted things to go. A, B, C, or D. Even though there could be multiple ways of it happening, I would get so upset if it didn't happen this way. And sometimes if I just be a little bit free, let it go a little bit, like it will end that way as long as I do what I need to do. Right? So for me, it's not being so controlling in my life and the things that I do that A, B, and C might not be the way. It may go to A, G, F, Z, but it'll be back to way. Exactly. So
You leave
that's what it is.
the controlling behind.
Exactly.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Then what I would be leaving behind is people's bullshit. Like just it was literally in my head a second ago and I can't really verbalize it now, but it's just basically I'm not feeding into people with the negative energy.
Yeah.
And
You're not with the bullshit.
yeah, I'm not with the bullshit in 2022. So that's definitely
Negative energy is highly transferable. And
yes,
I
yes,
I
and
agree.
it's
takes
gotten
so much
transferred
more
to me. Like people that don't respect my time specifically.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to leave behind in 2021 because I just don't have the fucking time.
Right.
Yeah.
My schedule is just too busy between family, friends, business, and so on and so forth. So you don't respect my time. If we're scheduled to do something, and you show up 20 minutes late, we're done.
Yeah.
My time is money now.
I
So
agree with that.
keep it moving. Yeah. So people that don't respect my time, leaving behind 2021.
Yep. I like it. You ready? You want me to?
I can go. So in 2021, what I learned is that I've always been a very organized person, been task oriented.
You inspire me.
But I feel like I've always done those tasks for someone else,
Okay.
and I learned to do them for myself this year. So I learned that if I apply, I know it sounds so cliche, but if I apply myself, if I write it down, if I work towards that goal, it makes it that much easier to accomplish instead of just like, what am I going to do today? What's going to happen? Oh, I got to do this. I got to do this, that, and the other. No, let's write it down. Let's figure it out. Let's work towards it. And that has helped me to accomplish so many things. So my 2021 planner is almost done. And towards the back of it, I've just written down like everything I've accomplished. And there's some serious accomplishments in there that if I hadn't written them down or if I hadn't worked towards them, I would have never.
So wish that I would have done that.
Never done.
Yeah,
I said I
think
was
that's
going to
such
do
a
that in
great idea.
2021.
It's a good idea. Remember, like today, to write just like reflect back on the year and start writing down what you've done, so you can be like, no, I did a lot.
We still have a couple more weeks to the end of the year, so you can still put
Write
those
it
things down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what I'm leaving in 2021, to go off of what Jody said, is stop thinking that when you take the time for yourself is selfish. Because if you don't take time for yourself to do your things, you're not going to be around for the people that need you, right? So while you're not doing it for them, they're going to benefit from you being better in so many different ways. So just taking that selfishness out of it and realizing that, like, if I'm not here for me and if I don't put myself first, I'm not going to be around for my family or my business or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I like it.
done.
Let's see. It's been a crazy ride.
You have had quite a transition in 2021.
I didn't. It's like I really be rolling with the punches because
That's awesome.
Last night when I thought about it, I was like, yo, this year has been a fucking roller coaster.
I remember stressing taking that damn nursing courses and the exam.
It's just
being at your graduation to then be doing things completely outside of nursing.
Man, like, fuck every employer in this bitch. Like, when I said my last job was my last job, I meant it.
Don't update that resume.
Right. Never updated that resume. Don't even know what my resume looked like anymore. For 2021, I think what I learned the most, and I tell you this all the time, Jay, is the difference between being busy and being productive. Because I always feel like I'm always busy, and I wasn't getting anything done. And I don't know if it was just I feel like it's a mixture of everything. I feel like it's a mixture of our Marco Polos. We talk all the time, how organized you are. At the beginning of this year, I'm like, girl, I ain't getting out of bed before 10 o'clock in the morning. Now I am like, I don't see you work out anymore because I'm not in the bed scrolling. I have not seen you work out in, because you know, that morning, getting up in the morning was a struggle for me.
Yeah.
And I thought about that, so I was like, shit, I haven't even seen Josh work out. That's because I'm out of the bed. Like,
I'm still doing it.
I know you're working out.
Cheers. I still see it.
But I'm not in the bed doing my morning routine and scrolling and watching you do yours and wasting time. Right, because I'm like, I gotta get up. So I've learned the difference between being busy and being productive and actually getting shit done.
Yeah.
And what I'm leaving behind in 2021 are just distractions. If it's not feeding what I'm doing, I need to leave that shit where it's at. And it's easier said than done, but just no, I don't have time for distractions. Like, I just don't. Well, that's my two.
That's right.
I like that.
What is it? If it's not increasing your vibration or your bank account,
Bye.
let it go. Leave it
Adios.
All right, sure.
here. Don't bring it with you.
Start reading Atomic Habits very, very soon.
Yes.
Because
I
I need some new.
book for you too.
Okay. Yeah, it's time to create some new habits. Whatever's gonna feed this business and my mental, I'm all for it. If not, got to go.
Bye.
Adios. Goodbye. All right, that is a wrap on this episode. We talked about our 2021, got off topic, got right back on because that's what we do here.
We're professionals.
We're professionals.
Right.
And we are proof that if you
She
are
came with a
consistent-
blazer on.
She had a blazer.
Yeah.
There was
She's not wearing it now.
Jamie told me to take it off.
because she's the boss of everything. That's a wrap on this episode. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, I messed it up. You want to do it again?
Damn it.
All right. That's a wrap on this episode.
Bye.
Bye.